All right. 4 right in behind you. I'll be. 7, you're in a plane ramp. 7, you're in a backup. What happened? They were just getting ready to come to me. Okay, going live. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing here. You see, we're northbound 405 freeway coming up on Roscoe. And this all started down on the west side, coming over the hill through the Sepulveda Pass. He was at 90 miles an hour at one time in the center divider, passing traffic. CHP has 2 units right behind him. LAPD is overhead assisting as well. And right now we're just kind of slowing down because traffic is coming to a really slow pace here as we approach the 118. But a reckless driver is what we're hearing, failure to yield. CHP, like I said, started this back on the west side. And the driving was really spectacular coming over the hill, and the speeds that he was running down the hill coming away from Mulholland. But right now he's at a very slow rate here as we are passing slower traffic. They'll do this at times looking for an out, trying to figure out a way because they know they can't go fast to get away. So they'll do this to slow down and maybe make what we call a ramp dive to where they'll go from that lane all the way to the off-ramp trying to peel off the cruisers behind it. But right now it just looks like he's content to hold this lane. The vehicle is, I'm trying to look in here really close, make sure he didn't disable it by going in the center divider and doing that. We'll check the tires here as I have Colton push in and look. It looks like those left side tires are looking pretty good right now. So he's probably just conserving his vehicle as is right now. Not going to get away. The fact that the CHP is on him in the air and on the ground. And right now he's coming up to traffic, which is now starting to pick up just a little bit. So we might see some speeds pick up coming up to the 118. Looks like another CHP is working a traffic accident here just north of Devonshire. So anybody guess what's going to happen. But the way he was driving earlier, he definitely was not worried about anybody else on the road and was just flying the mail as he came northbound 405 here. Now working our way up towards the 118. Is somebody calling a flight? Okay, can somebody call a flight? All right. VFR. Yeah, that's right. We've picked up the East 118, now coming up to the 5 freeway, so we'll be crossing over the 5. He looks like he's out here. Well, now he's dumping over towards the San Fernando off-ramp here. We'll see what he does, but looks like he's holding that number 3 lane right now as he continues here east on the 118. He went all the way over to the left, and now he's really slow here going under the transition for the 5. And it looks like he's coming to a stop here right under the 5 freeway, right over the top of the 5 freeway and under that transition. So we're going to have to see what happens here. This is the most dangerous part of the pursuit, is when it comes to an end, because now they have to react to the driver to see what he does. So we don't know what's in the back of this guy's mind or what he's dealing with. As a former officer, I tell you, this is the most critical time because you, at this point, is he going to jump out, start shooting? Is he going to jump out, run? Or is he just going to sit there? So right now you see CHP doing what they're trained to do. Just keep an eye on him and start giving commands via that PA system. And right now it's they're just holding back. You see the CHP K9 is there as well. That's in case he takes off and run. But the only problem here is if he takes off and run, you're on an overpass. And if he goes over the side, the problem there is you're going to have an issue with if they launch the dog going over the side with him. That's happened several times in my recent memory as working as a canine handler, where suspects have taken off, went over fences, and the dog just came out. You see the suspect is out. Looks like he is complying with the orders of the officer. Walking backwards, they'll have him put his hands up, walk backwards towards them, get him away from that car so you can secure the car. So this high-speed pursuit looks like it's going to come to an end here on eastbound 118 over the 5 freeway peacefully if he just follows the directions. So right now he's just standing there with his hands up. Now starts that slow walk back. That's normally what they'll tell him to do. Slow walk it back to them. When they get him away from the car into an area where they feel secure, an officer arrest team will go out and then go ahead and try to catch up, get to him, and then take him into custody. But then a second team will go up and check out that car. But right now it looks like he is complying. You see the K9 there poised just in case something else changes here if he takes off. But like I said, it'd be kind of a bad place to do that with a dog at this point because of the overpass. But it looks like, luckily, this guy is cooperating the best as he can. Officers are keeping in their position of advantage, position of cover and concealment. And don't know what the conversation is, but it looks like it's stopping. He's turning around looking back, so trying to get, probably just trying to get clarification of what they want him to do. So he does appear to want to cooperate with them. But they're doing it textbook. This is the way they're trained to do it and how to handle it, not be in a hurry, take your time, because you want everybody to come out of this safe in the end, suspect as well as the officers and the motoring public on the freeway. I can tell you what, CHP has the eastbound 118 shut down behind this. That's why you're not seeing any traffic going through your shot. They've gone ahead and stopped it to give these officers a safe area to work in. And you see right now he's back towards the police car. He's coming tighter, Colton. And as we get in here, then you'll see the arrest team moving up towards him, and they'll take him into custody. So that should happen any second now. You see the one officer backing away, bringing him back. They want to bring cars, it looks like. Position of advantage. And right now you see the other officer still poised on the car because you never know what might be in there. And now bringing him down to his knees. Now, as I said, there should be two officers come up that are not armed, that will come up, or not holding their gun, that will come up and take him into custody, and the other 2 officers will cover. So right now he's just giving him direct commands straight at him, and more than likely at this point, we'll see what there he goes. Now he's going to take that hand control, crossing his legs so he can't run. So now that officer will be the arrest team. You see now, and the other officer you can see very well trained on that car, waiting because that's the next threat to the officers here. This suspect now is going to be handcuffed, and after he's handcuffed, they'll do a pat down, make sure he isn't holding any weapons. And then once that is taken care of, they'll go up and check out that car. So right now there's a little bit of a pat down. He's got the keys to the car, giving them to the officer, checking the waistband. And now if we pull out just a little bit, we might see the other officers start making their approach to the car as we watch here. And I don't see any officers going up to it. He's secure. And now we should see a couple officers work their way up to the car. But it looks like this has come to a peaceful ending here on the eastbound 118 over the 5 freeway. There's the K9 moving his way up. And we should watch for the officers to signal back code 4 here in a second. So this is, like I said, the most tense part of the pursuit is at the end. So it looks like it's going to be all clear here in the car. They will still have to clear that trunk, make sure there's nobody in the trunk. So right now you see the officer with the long rifle poised at the trunk, and now getting ready to open that trunk, taking a position of advantage there. And trunk should pop open here any minute because you're trying to get to the control inside. And knowing that car, it's on the door, so the trunk control should be at the door handle right below the driver door handle. And he's going to come back with there he goes. Pops it, clears the trunk, because you never know what the suspect may have a compadre in the trunk or a victim. So you have to check for both. So looks like all clear here. Code 4 on the eastbound 118 right at the 5 freeway. I'll send it back down to you. Go ahead.